The silly parrot. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house, there lived a colorful parrot named Rocky. Rocky was not an ordinary bird. He could talk. Not only could he talk, but he loved to repeat funny phrases he heard around the house. Every morning, Rocky would greet the family with a cheerful, "Good morning," and make everyone smile. He would sit in his cage, perched high up near the window, observing the world outside. One day, as the family was having breakfast, Rocky repeated a silly phrase he heard from the youngest sibling. "Banana peel is funny." He squawked loudly. The family burst into laughter, surprised by Rocky's unexpected comment. Rocky loved attention, so he continued to repeat funny phrases throughout the day. "Tickle, tickle," he would say as the family played together. His antics brought joy and laughter to the house. As the days went by, word spread about the talking parrot in the little house. Neighbors would come by to hear Rocky talk and laugh at his funny phrases. Rocky was becoming a local celebrity with his entertaining personality. Despite his silly nature, Rocky was a lovable bird who brought happiness to everyone around him. The family couldn't imagine their home without the chatty parrot, who had become a beloved member of the household. One day, the family decided to have a small gathering with their friends in the backyard. Rocky, the talking parrot, was excited to be part of the fun. As everyone chatted and laughed, Rocky suddenly blurted out, "Oopsie daisy," causing everyone to stop and stare at the colorful bird. The guests couldn't help but giggle at Rocky's unexpected comment, and soon they were all laughing together. Rocky beamed with pride, happy to be the center of attention once again. However, as the day went on, Rocky's silly phrases started to cause some confusion. When the mailman came to deliver a package, Rocky squawked, "Who's there?" making the mailman jump in surprise. The family apologized, explaining that it was just their talkative parrot. Later that afternoon, as the family sat down for a quiet dinner, Rocky decided it was the perfect time to repeat a phrase he overheard on the television earlier that day. "I like to dance in the rain," he exclaimed loudly, causing the family to burst into laughter mid-meal. Despite the amusement Rocky brought to the family, they realized they needed to be more careful about what phrases they said around the mischievous parrot. They started to watch their words, knowing that Rocky would always be listening and ready to repeat them at the most unexpected times. Overall, the family enjoyed having Rocky around, even if his silly phrases sometimes led to confusion and laughter-filled moments. Rocky had found his place in the family's heart with his entertaining personality and unique ability to bring joy to those around him. One sunny morning, while the family was busy with their daily chores, they heard a loud squawk coming from Rocky's cage. When they rushed to see what was wrong, they found Rocky's cage empty. The door had been left open, and the mischievous parrot had flown away. Frantic with worry, the family searched the house and the backyard but found no sign of Rocky. They realized he must have flown out into the town. The family quickly got into their car and drove around, calling out for Rocky in hopes that he would hear them and return. Meanwhile, in the bustling town, Rocky was causing quite a stir. He perched on a lamppost, repeating a funny phrase he had heard a child say earlier that day. People passing by stopped to look at the colorful parrot and chuckled at his amusing words. As the family drove through the town, they heard the familiar squawk of Rocky's voice. Following the sound, they found Rocky surrounded by a small crowd of amused onlookers. The family was relieved to see their beloved parrot safe and sound. although causing chaos as he repeated another silly phrase. With careful coaxing and patience, the family managed to capture Rocky and bring him back home. Rocky seemed excited to be reunited with his family, chirping happily as they settled him back into his cage. Despite the chaos Rocky had caused, the family was grateful to have their talking parrot back. They realized that Rocky's silly antics were part of what made him so special and loved him even more for it. The town would always remember the day a colorful parrot brought laughter and joy to its streets. The family was overjoyed to have Rocky back home safe and sound. They realized they needed to be more careful about keeping his cage securely closed. Rocky chirped happily, grateful to be in familiar surroundings once again. As the family settled back into their daily routine, they noticed Rocky's silly phrases had become an integral part of their lives. They learned to embrace his playful nature and appreciate the laughter he brought to their home. Rocky continued to entertain them with his funny phrases, each day bringing a smile to their faces. The family cherished their talking parrot, knowing that even though he may cause chaos at times, he was a beloved member of their household. The family's bond with Rocky grew stronger as they enjoyed his company and laughter every day. They couldn't imagine their home without the colorful parrot and his hilarious phrases. Rocky had found his forever home with a family who loved and appreciated his silly antics. And so, the talking parrot named Rocky continued to bring joy and laughter to all those around him, living happily ever after in their cozy little house